Hey everybody, it's SaskiaSketches. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I thought I'd talk a little bit about ways to improve at art. So yeah, I've got a couple of tips for you that should really help you improve almost instantly. So the first one is to, like I always say, draw every single day. If you're going to be drawing every single day, you will learn every single day. And you know, putting in a 5-minute sketch every day at least is going to help you improve a lot more than an hour of drawing every once a week. Yeah, so a daily drawing habit is just a very, very good way to improve at art quickly, because like I said, you'll be drawing every day, learning new things every day, plus you'll be you'll keep at it every day, you'll build a habit out of it, which is just good for your art skills overall. And then my second tip is to whilst you're drawing every day, don't spend an hour or 2 hours or more on one piece when you're doing this. If you have the time to draw for 2 hours, you should do a couple of sketches, because that's going to help you improve a lot more than just one finished piece. I mean, finished pieces are good, still good to work on and stuff, but I really think you should rather focus on sketching, because the more things you draw, the better you'll become at it. Because the rendering and stuff, that's also a skill in itself, but if you really want to become better at making images, the sketching part of it is much more important. So say you have an hour, if you were to do one drawing of a girl, for example, you do a sketch, and then you'd you do a sketch and you'd render it completely, you'd line it, you'd color it. That would be good for your lining and coloring skills, and if you want to practice those, then you should go ahead. But if you want to specifically get better at making images, then you should sketch more. So you should, instead of using that hour to draw one image, you should sketch a couple of different girls. And I think that will really help you get better at compositions and get better at character design and the fundamentals of your image. So because the sketch is the foundation, and if you want to have a good drawing, you need to have a good sketch. So yeah, I would prioritize sketching over making great colored pieces, great rendered pieces, especially if you want to improve quickly. So draw every day, sketch every day, and sketch quickly. Now the way I usually see young artists or new artists go about sketching, it's they sketch until they get it right. So they sketch something, then they erase it again, then they sketch it again, and oh no, that doesn't look entirely right, I'll erase it again, and then try again and again until they get something that looks okay, or until they get frustrated and quit. And now this is not a good way of sketching, because you're just trying to figure things out. The general rule of thumb is you can, one that I use, only erase a mistake if you know how to fix it. Because if you do not know how to fix the mistake, you're just going to try it again and again and again until you accidentally get it right. So I would recommend, if you're sketching just for the sake of sketching, so if you're not sketching for a finished piece, then I would recommend sketching with a pen. So sketch with either a fine liner or with a ballpoint pen. I love ballpoint pens to sketch with, because you can get a very quite a good range of values With a fine liner, you usually just get the jet black ink. But if you press very lightly with a ballpoint pen, you will get very light lines, and if you press darkly, you get very dark lines and everything in between. So that's what makes ballpoint pens really good for sketching. Yeah, so I really recommend sketching with ballpoint pens, and then that's also because you can't erase with them, and that's the whole thing. So you make a mistake and you'll learn to live with it, because that's the whole part of improving quickly at drawing, is to be able to see your mistakes and not be afraid to look at them, and so that way you can learn from them. So that's a really, really good thing to do, to just sketch with pens. And don't tear sketches out of your sketchbook that you don't like because you messed up on them, because that is part of the process. So sketching every day and sketching in ballpoint pen, those things are really going to help you improve. And then the next thing that I think is very, very important for improving is to ask for criticism, and to take it to heart and actually learn from it. So getting criticism may be very difficult, and I myself find it very difficult to handle criticism, but it is key in helping you improve. Because if you don't take the criticism, and if you just keep believing that your art is perfect, then you're never going to improve, which is a sad thing, because you want to get better, right? So yeah, it's difficult to put yourself out there and really take that that might seem harsh criticism, but it's really going to help you improve. And whenever somebody gives you a good constructive criticism, they want to help you, they want to help you improve. So that is the other thing that I think is really, really important, to ask for the criticism. But what is even more important is to do something with it, is to see your mistakes, find your mistakes, and to do something about them. So once you find a mistake, you go practice specifically to avoid that mistake in the future. So say you're not very good at drawing hands, practice drawing hands. And so when you're practicing those hands, then don't draw one hand and spend an eternity on it to trying to make it perfect, and draw 60 hands or even more, because you're going to learn so much more from doing those quick, ugly sketches than you're going to from making one hand look, trying to make that look really, really good. Also, a side note, do not be afraid to use references, because references are really, really helpful. And I know there's a bit of taboo on using references, especially in the days where DeviantArt was really big. People were always like, no, I didn't use any references for this. But if you don't use references, you'll never learn how to draw, because you need to look at real life, you need to look at different things. Of course, you don't need to what I think is important is to not copy and claim the work as your own. I mean, duh. But using references is very, very helpful, and if you don't, then you'll never learn how to draw those things in the correct way. And then a secret on how to improve at art really quickly and also nearly effortless is to do hand-eye coordination exercises. Like, I need to do more of these because they're so helpful. You can just Google hand-eye coordination practice or something, and you'll get tons of results, and it is so incredibly helpful, because drawing is looking at something and or thinking about something and trying to get the lines on the paper the right way, and that's basically hand-eye coordination. So if you can improve your hand-eye coordination, you will improve your drawing. At least like how accurately you can, you know, capture an idea or an image. And I think that's a really, really good thing to practice. Just get like a side sketchbook and do nothing but those exercises. One that I find really helpful and also really fun is to draw 2 dots on a page and try to connect them with a line as quickly as you can, and as accurately as you can. You'll find that it's actually quite difficult sometimes, but it's such a good exercise because you learn so much from it. So yeah, that's one that I really recommend. There are also tons of other exercises that you can try, and it's that's really is one of the secrets to drawing quickly without putting in a lot of effort, which I think everybody wants, right? But what I think, you can't just get better at drawing just using this. You do need to put in the effort, and you do need to put in the time. There is no quick way to learn how to draw. It's all practice, and it's all you know, hard work, dedication. You can't just get better like that. It's a learning process. But if you love drawing, you'll enjoy it. You'll, you know, enjoy the art, the process of creating, and that's, you know, that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter how good your art is as long as you have fun creating it. Okay guys, to summarize, in order to improve quickly at drawing, you need to draw every day, you need to sketch more and use your time efficiently, you need to draw with pen and acknowledge your mistakes, discover your weaknesses and practice accordingly. And you can do that through asking people for criticism or by looking at your art very critically. You need to use references, and the great secret is to practice hand-eye coordination. Alright guys, I really hope you've enjoyed and that these tips have helped you somewhat. I really hope you'll take this advice and create some awesome art with it. Be sure to show me on Instagram and let me know in the comments how many of these tips were you already aware of, and how many of these tips did you not know yet, and how do you think this is going to help you improve. I would love to hear your stories or anything else that you want to tell me. Just leave a comment. I love reading comments. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every Friday, and please like this video if it helped you a little bit. That will help promote it and, you know, get it to other people so other people can enjoy it too. Thank you so much for watching guys. Have a great weekend. Keep on sketching. Bye.